How you going, guys and girls? Luke Lorna from Shilling Entertainment. Anyway, guys, look, I thought I'd give you a bit of a recap on what's been happening in the world of Shilling and all that type of stuff. I've got a couple of videos coming out soon, a couple of vlogs where I talk about a couple of different topics and things like that. I think one's in regards to the Understander project. I've been working a little bit on that. In my downtime when I'm not editing, I'm working on writing, working on the characters for the Understander. I've got to get a bit of a move on with that project. I've kind of neglected. I've kind of put it to the side for a while, for several years. I've had a few years off so that I could focus on building skills and knowledge and all that type of stuff. So originally I was kind of working on the project around 2011, 2012. I was working on that project, and I come to the conclusion that I wasn't ready yet. I didn't feel ready enough to focus on working on that project. So, and I'm actually glad I did. I've put that project off so that I can build, like I said, strength and knowledge and things like that. But I kind of got to get a bit of a move on with it now. I'm kind of running out of time. Another reason why I held off as well is because I didn't really truly fully understand the story yet. As I've gone through life, things are kind of opened up to me and they've progressed themselves and things like that. So I feel like I can write the story now of the film. So like I said, I've been working mainly. I've been working on the characters, their backstories, their arcs, their plots, fleshing these characters out, each individual character, so that then I can start to write the screenplay for the Understander. I've got to get these characters right. Once I get that right, then the story will make sense. I'll be able to flush the story out. So yeah, I wouldn't have learned that if I'd started working on the Understander when I was going to work on it. Because I haven't gone through the stuff with Snap Factory and all that, I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known how to any of this stuff. Flush the characters out first, then work on the story. So that was new. So so I've been working on that. I'm heavily involved working on my updated show reel. I was in the middle of that, and I was starting to feel fatigued again, because what people got to understand is there's a lot of moving parts with that project, more so than the podcast I was working on with Dean and Steve and things like that. There's a little bit more to it. I'm slowly warming myself up to the editing side again. There's a lot of things you got to factor into. You got editing, you got music, you got sound design, you got visual effects, you got all that type of shit, text. It does your head in a bit after a while. So I was working on that. I don't think the weather's helping either. The cold, fucking trying to get motivated. But I was working on that, and I started feeling like heavy in the head and fatigued, and it was knocking me about. It was knocking me about a bit, and I thought, look, I just got to pull up here. I don't want to burn myself. I don't want to end up back where I was. So better off just taking me time and taking it in my stride and just do bit by bit, and then eventually I'll get there. Like I was trying to hope to get a couple of film projects done. If I can get the show reel done this year, I'll be happy with that. I'll be very happy, because then next year I could try and get this normal short film done. And then I just want to finish off the trailer, want to knock that out, and then I just want to get onto the film and shit like that now. So I've been given a bit of thought as of late. I've got a lot of film projects lined up, and I don't know. I've given a lot of thought, and I've been talking to a few film friends of mine, and they've been telling me the same thing. I'm a little bit scarred from a previous experience I've had with, working with editors and things like that. I don't want to let that wreck my experience with the future of film. So I'm kind of slowly, surely kind of getting my head around possibly rehiring another editor, have a dedicated, designated editor for my future film jobs. I haven't ruled it out. I'm still on the fence a little bit about it. I'm just umming and ahhing at the moment. I'm not sure. I kind of want to. It costs money and all that type of shit, and that was another thing that was kind of putting me off as well, is the fact that I know I can edit, and I know I'm a good editor, but it's like I just got so much going on. It's just like you got to sometimes kind of weigh it up, and just think to yourself, well, maybe it might be a good idea to get an editor and take the pressure off myself. I've got to learn somehow to try and trust more people when I do film, and that's been a very difficult thing for me over the years. And I need to ask. It's okay to ask for help, and it's just very fucking hard, very difficult for me to ask for help. I want to, but I know that it's like, I don't know if it's a control thing or not, but I just feel comfortable doing my own stuff. But I got to kind of weigh it up a little bit, I'm just delaying, and I got to get some stuff out, and I'll free up more things. I'll be able to focus on other things and all that type of shit. So maybe I might have to shop around a little bit, look for a good editor. It's all a matter of money and all that type of shit too, guys. So, but like I said, I haven't ruled it out. I'm still on the fence about it. I'm just kind of still umming and ahhing, but I'm open to it. But we'll just see what happens. I might. I'm still thinking I'd like to edit Snap Factory like myself, just so that I know, so I can have that peace of mind to let it go. The next project, maybe. So I'll just see what happens anyway. But I haven't, like I said, I'm umming and ahhing. I haven't ruled it out. I just got to try and get myself there, allow my head to get there. So that'd be good. It would take the pressure off me a lot, and then I can get some things done. So so this film, Snap Factory, is getting the full. It's getting full treatment. It's getting professionally graded and things like that. I've put a lot of money into this film. It's why it's, like I said, it's taken me a long time, because I want to get it right. I guess it's a blueprint for the future of film. That's why this film's taken me a long time to get right. Feel like, my style is different from everyone else. Like, I learn from making less mistakes. The less mistakes I make, I learn more from that. People will make films, they'll whip it out, they'll learn a few things, they'll improve the next film, and it seems to be that's the constant trend that's going on. But I feel like you got to just put everything into your films and then learn from it, figure out what worked there, what worked, what didn't work, and apply that to your next film. But try and make minimal mistakes as possible as you can. I think that's the best way to go about it. So while that's been happening, while that's been going on, while I'm having a bit of downtime. It's not really downtime, because I'm not editing. I'm trying to fill in gaps with other things to do. So I've come up with a bit of a plan, bit of a solution. This is kind of my my thought process, I guess, my mindset at the moment. So while I'm thinking, while I'm not editing, I'm going to be working on future films. I'm going to be doing writing. I'm going to be doing all that type of stuff. I've got a couple of films, basically, like I said, greenlit, ready to go. The reason I'm not shooting or doing these films is because I want to try and knock some of these other films out first. But I have got films films basically greenlit. They're ready to go. While I'm working on the Understander project, which I'll commit a lot of time to, I want to shoot one more experimental-based feature film in that time. But I want to try and get Snap Factory done and get all that shit done so that I can focus on that and just strictly focus. And in my downtime, I'll be working strictly on the Understander project and doing all the development with that. I've got to get a move on with that project. I'm running out of time. I'm glad I held off as long as I did. Now I feel like I'm in a good position where I can write this script, get this film going. With that film, I won't be doing skeleton crew stuff anymore. I'll be looking for big funding for that film so that I can hire people for every position. I want to fill every position. I don't want to have skeleton crews anymore. I want to have a proper, full-on. This is going to be fucking proper, full-on. So I need the money to be able to afford to pay these people and all that type of stuff. So, yeah, it's built me up to this point where I've learned a lot by doing the stuff on my own. As long as I did, I've got the knowledge now. I've got the skills, which is good. Like I said, it come at a cost, but I've got knowledge. I've got that knowledge now, which is good. It's going to help me to make better films. Knowing everything about the craft, every position, every angle, all that type of stuff. I'll be able to apply that to make a good film. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at the moment. I've got a couple of vlogs coming out soon. I talk a little bit about the Understander project and things like that, about the characters, what I've been working on. Still I'm going to know whether I'm going to share that one or not. I'd like to. I'm very happy with that vlog. I'll talk a bit about character development and some of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, which is kind of cool. Fuck off birds. What else? But yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, look, guys, I'll leave it at that. Till next news video post, whatever you want to call it. I'm writer, producer, director Luke Lorna from Shilling Entertainment, and I am signing off. Alright guys, take care, look after yourself, and God bless. Bye for now. See you guys, bye.